Congresswoman Ross, thank you for your dedication to families and children across North Carolina. I want to begin with the situation that's becoming increasingly common in Raleigh, North Carolina. A preschool teacher arrives at work ready to educate young children, yet worries whether her classroom will remain open due to low enrollment tied to affordability. A working parent who needs stable quality care for her children. These experiences are not isolated. They share a common cause, an underfunded child care subsidy system, and these effects are felt throughout our workforce and community. I am here today to advocate for stronger child care subsidy funding because it directly impacts young children's development, families, economic stability, and the sustainability of early childhood professionals and programs in Raleigh like myself. Child care subsidies are intended to help families afford early preschool so parents can work and children can thrive. However, the system reaches far too few families. Nationally, although 33% of children under age 6 are eligible for child care subsidies, fewer than 15% actually receive them. In addition, only 1.8 million children nationwide receive subsidy assistance, leaving millions of eligible children without support. The effect of this gap is significant. When subsidy reimbursement rates do not reflect the true cost of a preschool program, they are not able to remain financially stable. Low wages contribute to high turnover, classroom closures, and reduced access to quality care for families. This issue matters deeply to me because I have witnessed passionate early childhood professionals like myself have to leave the field, not because they lacked commitment, but because the system did not support them. I am passionate about subsidy reform because early educators are shaping children's earliest learning experiences during the most critical years of brain development. When educators are underpaid and undervalued, children lose consistency, families lose trust in their preschool program, and communities lose skilled professionals. Improving child care subsidies is not just about affordability, it's about fairness, workforce, respect, and long-term outcomes for children. The Weight Count Smart Start program works to ensure children from birth to age 5, and they're preparing for school success. When subsidy funding is insufficient, Smart Start must stretch limited resources to support families seeking care and providers struggling to remain open and staffed. The Boys and Girls Club also rely on a strong early childhood infrastructure to support children before and after school. When childcare becomes unstable or inaccessible, families depend more heavily on youth programs to fill gaps caused by subsidy shortages. These organizations are deeply committed to children and families, but they are constrained by systemic funding limitations beyond their control. Solutions. Increase child care subsidy reimbursement rates so programs can pay competitive wages and retain qualified educators. Simplify subsidy applications and recertification processes to ensure families maintain consistent care. Invest in early childhood workforce through wage supplements, retention incentives, and professional development tied to subsidy participation. Research shows that stable, well-compensated educators are essential to delivering high-quality early learning experiences and improving child outcomes. The effects of change. Imagine Raleigh, North Carolina, where preschool classrooms are fully staffed, educators remain in the profession long-term, and families no longer face impossible choices between employment and quality childcare. Imagine children entering kindergarten confident, emotionally secure, and ready to learn because their early years were stable and nurturing. This is the effect of a strengthened child care subsidy system. What I'm asking you to do, Congresswoman Ross, urge you to continue advocating for increased federal child care funding, support policies that raise subsidy reimbursement rates, and champion investments in the early preschool workforce. These actions would strengthen families, stabilize early learning programs, and support the organizations serving children across Raleigh, North Carolina. When we invest in child care subsidies, we are not simply funding care. Thank you for your leadership and your commitment to North Carolina's families. Thank you.